Hey, what's up, everyone? What a great day. Welcome back to Day Trade with Tony, and I'm having a great day. I'm having some wine in my Day Trade with Tony cooler, so I've got my little inverse head and shoulders pattern there, just splashed with some red wine. Don't drink and trade, kids. It's a classic case of do as I say, don't do as I do. But drinking and trading, I'm absolutely done that today. But to be fair, I didn't start drinking till I was over $40,000 in profit. What? What did I say? Yeah, we've had a great day. $43,000 day today. We didn't trade yesterday. My poor little mutt was a little bit invalid. Is probably the best way of describing it. She'd hurt a paw. I had to take her to the vets and have her leg x-rayed. She's okay, in case you're wondering. She's just sprained her elbow joint, knee joint. When they've got paws, do they have elbows, or do they have elbows and knees, or is it all knees? I don't know. Anyway, she sprained the joint on her leg, and she was having trouble walking, so it's all strapped up. I have to carry her up and down the stairs and stuff, but yeah, she's okay. She'll be fine. A few painkillers. Give her a couple of days rest. She said she'll be fine, probably fine after the weekend. And look, Friday tomorrow. That being said, we had a big loss on Tuesday. If you're regular to my channel, you'll probably remember the trade recap on Tuesday. We lost almost $20,000. And we'd had a couple of really good days. We had over $20,000 green day on Friday last week. Then Monday came along. It was another $5,000 over goal. And then we lost $20,000. And just trading badly. Now, today we've had a $43,000 green day. Not because we've traded particularly well. Well, we have. We've traded well, but we traded one stock particularly well. We traded, in total, we traded 5 stocks. We've had a 100% green day. We did lose a little bit with Kavana to start off with, but we came back in the power hour and we got green on Kavana. We were $475 green on Kavana. Billy, we made over $500. Xpeng, we made over $600. And SMMT is the ticker. Summit Therapeutics is the company. So that's the company. That's the stock that we traded and got almost $4,000 on that one. But the big one today was PHVS. They had really good news, really good catalyst with regard to, well, they actually had the earnings drop pre-market as well, but they had a really good news with regards to clinical trials, and both primary and secondary endpoints all secondary endpoints were reached on the clinical trials, and as a result, the stock absolutely rocketed. It went up 390% to its peak. So from where it started the day, or where it closed yesterday at $2.51, all the way up to in excess of $12. It was huge gains on the day. As I say, it was phenomenal trading. 390% up on the day, intraday. So a really easy trader. And saying easy trader, it was very volatile. So if you were of nervous disposition, you probably would have lost money on this. If you could have held your nerves, cojones of steel, then you would have seen that with the range being, the average true range, for example, was 40 cents at one stage. I think it went up to about 47 cents. So huge volatility. Volume was good. I mean, in terms of relative volume, there was huge relative volume on this as well. It just had a really good day. And as a result, I've had a really good day. So on this one stock alone, just shy of $38,000. We were at one stage a little over $40,000, and we gave some back. But that's okay. That's usually the market telling you you've had enough. You've overstayed your welcome. You've had your fill. Go away and enjoy what you've earned. And if you don't heed the market, it takes it back. that tends to be what's the case. So let's take a look at what we actually did, shall we? So this is, as I say, PHVS. Pre-market, we got in here just after 8 a.m. as this, it had already gapped up on the news. It had good earnings, but also on the news, it had gapped up. Then it started to make its move up, and it broke these. We had this resistance level here at kind of 388. So I'm thinking, okay, $4 is key for me. So my first entry was here. Got in at $4, was able to ride this up, made some profit pre-market. It did pull back slightly at the opening bell, but then we were able to ride this up. We got on that. We traded a couple of other things in the meantime as well. We got this huge pullback, and then it moved up to $5. We got some of that as well. So it was great. It pulled back. I thought we were done. Not going to trade this anymore. It was the biggest mover at one stage, and then okay, we're done. It's fine. I think we were about $2,500 up. We did our live stream. We streamed all of the early trades, pre-market, and the first hour of the open. You can go and catch those on the recorded live stream that I did earlier. It kind of sold off, and we traded SMMT, so Summit Therapeutics, a little bit. So if you look at the kind of time zones here, traded Summit Therapeutics here, and calling this out in the Discord, this did move up into a halt. It gapped up, and then as it pulled back, we saw this kind of we got a double bottom before it then broke out. Then a flag formation, it broke out and then up. Then we got another double bottom a little bit later. So the kind of a W formation, and it broke up again. And Summit Therapeutics, we managed to get most of these pops up, and we're calling this out in the Day Trade with Tony Discord. If you want access to the Day Trade with Tony Discord, you either need to sign up as a member of this channel, or sign up for the Day Trade with Tony education course, where you can learn how to day trade. And all the links in the description, or just become a member of this YouTube channel. Anyway, we're calling it out in the Day Trade with Tony Discord, and you can see that we had this kind of parallel channel upwards, which typically can break downwards, and that did. So trading Summit Therapeutics. Then we went back to PHVS as PHVS started to make its way up, and it broke these highs here. This is where we got back in. We didn't trade this kind of consolidation area here, but we had this $5 where it got rejected before. So as it broke $5 here, that's where we're looking for more entries. Get in. It halted, gapped up, it pulled all the way back down, and then it started to make up moves back up again. And we got in here for the break of $6, rode that all the way up to $9. On the pullback, we obviously got out using stops. We got a halt here. We're using stops, trailing stops along the way, and then this continued to move up. So as we broke $8 again, we're in again, all the way up to $12. And then it did start to pull back at this stage, kind of not really trading it too much as it consolidates. I came back for power hour, traded. I think we traded this little roll, this little bit here. We were at one stage with $48,000 up on the day. We did give back 5,000. We traded this a little bit more into the close, and it went up and it broke highs into the close. So over $12, kind of $12.30 is what we actually got on this into the close. So a really good day's trading. I started once I was up $40,000. I thought, I'm cracking open a bottle of wine to celebrate. I've got some chocolates. I had a curry for my dinner. Really happy with what we did. Since then, obviously, I've uploaded the trades to my trading journal, TraderView. If you're not using a journal, there's a number of different things that you can use, but TraderView is what I use. Typically, what I use. and I uploaded the trades to TradingView, and this is what it looks like. So as you can see, we had a really good start to December. We actually had a good end to November. But so you can see that we traded. We got $6,000 of profit on the Thursday. Last Thursday, we got over $22,000 on Friday. Then we had another day over goal on Monday, as I've already mentioned, and the poor day on Tuesday. Now, we didn't trade yesterday because of obviously the dog being injured, and then today, whopping green day, over $43,000. So where does that take us? Where does that take us on the year? Because it's the year that matters. Right now, I could talk about the month. We're having a good month. We're over $50,000 on a month. Doesn't matter. We've set this annual goal, and it's the year that matters. So where are we at? We've just got a 1.18. We need 1.2. That's the first primary objective from a gross goal perspective. So right now we're 1.18. So we're 20,000. Well, not even 1.188. So we're $12,000 away from the primary goal, which is the gross goal of 1.2. I've already said that based on where we were at, we're going to have to overachieve to have that net seven-figure number for the year, and I don't think that's changed at all. In fact, the net seven-figure number right now, I believe we're about still about $35,000, just over $35,000 off the net number. Now, I could say, based on the net number, I can look at this, but this isn't actually. I'm about 50k down on my TradingView stats. This isn't actually accurate. I'm about so this has got me as over $1 million, but I'm actually not. I'm about $35,000 down as it stands right now on the year to date. So looks very, very likely. We've got 5 days next week. Let's go back to the calendar, shall we? So I can show you what we're actually talking about here. So if we look at December, we've got 5 days next week, 5 full trading days. I'm flying out, having the vacation. I'm flying out on the 21st, so that's the Wednesday. I'm not going to be trading on the Wednesday or the Thursday because I'll be traveling. I do have the option to trade on the Friday. Probably won't. I'll probably be drinking pina coladas or old fashions or gin and tonics or whatever cocktail I'm having myself. The following week is the last week of December. It's that Christmas week. You've got vacation time on the Monday, affectionately known in the UK as Boxing Day, but in lieu of Christmas Day, it will be a holiday anyway. So you've got 4 trading days that week. I don't really want to be trading those. I want to take some time off. I want to relax. I don't really want to be trading. So realistically speaking, I've got the 5 days next week, and I've got potentially the 2 days leading up to me flying out. I'd like to have this done by next week. So I've got tomorrow and 5 days. If I say 6 days, and as I say, $35,000 is what I need net. So realistically, I need $6,000 net per day. So I'm still looking at $7,500 per day for the next 6 days in order to have a 7-figure year. Now, if I don't manage to have a 7-figure year come the 16th of December, then I probably will trade whilst I'm on vacation. And I'll take my trade set up. I've got a couple of portable USB monitors that I can take, and I'll take them with me, and we'll trade. And what I'll do is, if I'm trading, I'll be streaming. I'll probably do some streaming while I'm overseas anyway. Even if I'm not trading, we'll do some market and call out some of the market moves and what's actually moving, etc., etc., and do it that way, whether I'm trading or I'm not. So don't worry, I'm not going to leave you alone with the market. It's one of those things. Anyway, so yeah, we've had a really good day. We're in a very good place to have finish the year strong. Let's say $12,000 over the next. Probably do that tomorrow if today's anything to go by, or I could do that tomorrow. But certainly over the next week, that's not going to be a problem. So 1.2 million, I would say that's in the bag. We're going to do 1.2 million. The question is, and this is the cliffhanger. This is the tension. Tune in tomorrow. Tune in next week. Keep coming back to the channel because we really need that 7th. And I set the goal at the beginning of the year. It's not an easy goal. It was never going to be an easy goal. It's always going to be difficult to have that net $1 million number at 7 figures. So tune in tomorrow. I'll be back at it tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens. And we do the 1.2 million tomorrow. Can we hit the 1.2 million mark tomorrow, which will be a good barometer for if we're going to get that 7-figure number. And we do have another 40K day like we did today. If we have a 40K day, then like we did today, then the job's done. Not to say that I won't be trading next week. I'll still be trading next week, even if we had another 40K day tomorrow. But 35K is what I need. Actually, 34K is what I need for a net 7-figure number on the year. So based on that, if we look at tomorrow plus 5 next week, we're looking at, as I say, 7.5K days. So that net, I know that I'm going to get at least 6K. 6 times 6 is 36. It takes us over the 34 that we need. Happy days. So come join me tomorrow. We'll do it all again. I'll be sober then, and I'm happy at the moment, but I'll be content with reaching goal tomorrow. $5,000 is my daily goal. If we can get over goal, great. But we need another volatile day. It's amazing. Let's just go back to the actual stock. Let's go back to PHVS. PHVS, a couple of places that made such a big difference. Now, the problem with PHVS, I could have made $60,000 on this. I could have probably made $80,000 on PHVS if I'd had the leverage to take bigger size. There was my broker, for whatever reason, wasn't affording me large leverage on this. So I had to trade within my equity. There was no leverage at all. I think it only gave me about 90% of what my equity was to be able to trade on this particular stock. So I couldn't trade big. The fact that I've got a reasonable sized account helped me out and allowed me to trade a lot bigger than certainly a lot of other people would have been able to do. But to take 10,000 shares, let's say $8 would have cost me 80,000 in equity. I could have potentially taken, at that stage, 15,000 shares because I started the day with a little over $100,000 in equity. Was my equity position, so kind of $107,000 equity position. So I was in a good place to be able to take good size. But on average, I was averaging between $5,000 and $10,000 on this particular stock. And if we look at this move, on this particular move, this is the 1 minute chart, for example, and this pop here. So if we just zoom back in a moment, so we got this high here of 885, I think it was 885, yeah. And then it pulled back. So we were trading this up. Then it pulled back. And as we get this break in, we got in for we've got the resistance here, and we got in for 850. And it moved, although the move itself, it went from 817 all the way up to 968. So we got over a whole dollar on that before it pulled back. There's a whole $1.50 plus change on that particular move. And we pulled, as this pulled back, we got back in on this candle here, and whilst it did pull back a little bit, we held the position and we added to this on. So we were at 10,000 shares here as this moved up. We added to the position as this moved up. We're at 10,000 shares, and this candle on its own, we'd taken some profits along the way, but we managed to get 10,000 shares, and this just shot up. And from where it opened at kind of 10.25 all the way up to 11.93, that's almost $2. It's $1.75. We didn't get the full move. Of course, we didn't get the full move with 10,000 shares, and it would be nice. That's $20,000 move there with $2. But it moved all the way up, and then as it pulled back, we put a trailing stop in place. We had 10,000 shares, trailing stop in place, and I think it was 20 cents. Might have been 30 cents, but I think it was 20 cents. And we got stopped out, and it was 11.56. We got stopped out at. I was at the time a little bit gutted that we just got stopped out at 11.56 because the break of $12, I thought it was going to gap up and move, go on and go really parabolic. I mean, it went parabolic today anyway, but I thought it was going to go higher. And I'm glad that I got stopped out. It went up and then it pulled back and stopped me out at 11.56. And it went up to 11.93 here. It went 1 cent more on the next candle. However, it gapped down. So it went up to 11.93, halted at 11.93, and then when it resumed at 11.40. So you got a 53-cent drop. So I actually got the better of this by getting stopped out before the halt, because if then it resumed, I would have got stopped out, and as it pulled back again further, I would have lost even more money on that particular trade. So it did go up, and it moved back up an extra cent on the same level, just rejecting before $12 before pulling back. We did get a little bit more there on this other move. It did pull back a little bit more. I think we got some here. And we lost. This is where we think I gave back for about $5,000, and then we managed to get a little bit back here as well. So, and then it moved up to in excess of $12. So huge moves on this one. But if you think about going back to what I'm talking about here, 10,000 shares, just this one candle with 10,000 shares, which is what I had on this one candle. You trade that one candle from 10.25 to 11.95, and you've got $1.70. So with 10,000 shares, that's $17,000 on that one candle. Now we didn't get the full move, of course. I think we made about $14,000 on that particular move. But still, it just goes to show that. And then we made money on this move, of course, and then this move. But on this move, I think we made about $14,000 in total on that latter move. So it was relatively easy to trade, provided that you could stomach the risk, because the moves up were just as big as the moves down, and the range was, as I say, 50-cent range, well, 47-cent range at one stage. So if you had 10,000 shares, it looked like you were losing without any price movement. If you took a 10,000 shares with a 47-cent spread, then you would be $4,500 in the hole without any price movement. So the fact that the ATR was up as much as 47, you had to kind of give it at least half of that as your risk. So you're risking at least on a 10,000 share piece, you're risking at least $2,500 to $3,000 every time you went in when the range was so big. So if you've not got that kind of appetite for risk, if you've not got that kind of size of account to be able to do that, obviously you scale it down accordingly, depending on your size and depending on your what you're comfortable with. But yeah, really happy with today's trading, and of course I'm happy with today's trading. I'm happy with the wine. Don't forget, get your own wine tumblers at the Day Trade with Tony merch store. Get your hoodies as well. What do I know? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just a fat guy on the internet. So don't follow me blindly. I'm not a financial advisor, and what I offer is not financial advice. So what I will be doing is back at it tomorrow. So come join me 90 minutes before the market opens, 8 a.m. East Coast, and 1 p.m. where I'm based in Ireland or the UK. So I'll see you then, and we'll do it all again. Take care. Enjoy your evening.